You don't have to tell me.
Hi, hold on one second. Hi, I just wanted to welcome you to another edition of Shelly's Spot. Today my partner in shenanigans is Andy.
Hi. Oh gosh, I look.
Hi.
My posture is so bad. It's
Okay,
terrible.
so this is my friend and we're doing some work today, and it is actually grueling and cool at the same time. So we take all of these trash cans, or recycle bins, and we are moving them from one place to another. So I just wanted to introduce you to my friend.
I really need to work on my posture. I don't know what's wrong.
Okay, so how about if you hold it, and that
Okay.
way you'll be comfortable.
Well, no, because you should have to tell me when I have bad posture.
No, you're fine.
Okay, yeah. You have
we
to
don't
tell
need
someone
to-
when. Okay, now you can look at a woman and notice if she's weighed too, if it's too much is weighed down on her back, and that if she's kind of grown into it. Then you don't say anything because you don't want to embarrass her. But if any of us are able to be promoted to to good health and good posture, you have to tell them. Anyways, today I got the pleasure of working with.
Shelly
I
Hopkins.
call her Tony's wife.
I'm Shelly Hopkins.
But she's Shelly Hopkins, and we got good news because Kevin is the father of my baby. It was one of two men, and right now I was just discussing with
Me,
Mrs.
Hopkins.
Mrs. Hopkins. Mrs. Hopkins.
But the name of my YouTube channel is Shelly's Spot.
Shelly Spot.
Yes, and you are my partner in shenanigans.
Okay,
So
Shelly Spot sounds cool. So can we get everyone to just kind of stand up right now wherever you're at and give a big round of applause for Shelly Spot? Yay! Give it up, give it up.
So
Give it up and keep it. Give it up
today-
and keep it.
Give it up, keep it, give it up, keep it.
So we're in this beautiful neighborhood. Like, see this little pond over here? There's a beautiful pond and all these nice little houses in Raymore and Belton and peculiar areas. And we're picking up all the recycle bins and we're taking them back. And the city has left theirs and Jim's disposal, whatever. But I wanted to give a shout out to City Rent a Truck, because they are the bomb diggity. They provided us with this amazing trailer. And also a shout out to my boss. And I work for a moving company, Moving and More, and it's Kingdom Movers and More. And so, anyway, we're blocking traffic and stuff, so I've got to go.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
I
Hold on,
just
hold on,
wanted
hold on.
to wish
That
you a
lady-
blessing and hand you off to Andy.
That lady, thank you, Thank you, Shelly Hopkins, and Shelly Spot. It rings a bell. It rings a bell for some reason. I'm seeing in my head like Shelly Spot, and then like this big red bubble with an S. That lady that just drove by, she was really awesome because she didn't flip us off. And I know.
Okay,
Sometimes
it's time to pull forward.
Sometimes we get so
You're ready.
excited because if she would have flipped us off, that would have been really exciting too. However, the fact that she didn't honk or flip us off, I don't know if my husband winked at her or blew her a kiss or what, but she was so cool. What a relief, huh? Because
Are you good?
road
Okay.
rage.
Road rage is an actual thing that
Road-
we sometimes might have to deal with on my spot.
Yeah.
Which I like to keep everything peaceful in my spot. Like, all of my space, my personal space, needs to be drama free. And I've had some drama today associated with blocking traffic, and people are not happy when you block traffic. So,
But
there's
I
that.
don't understand why they're not happy because they think they have to be on time. No one can actually be on time. The wall has a clock, and the clock is on the wall, and the time is on the clock. So you can never be on time. But thanks for trying. Okay.
So, my
just
friend
playing.
Andy here has had a child. Her name is Rose Axel, and she was 7 pounds.
7 pounds, 9 ounces, 17.5 inches long, born June 27th, 2019, and she was a baby that was prayed for like every day because
Hey, I'll bring all these here.
Up. Okay.
that's one of the great employees we're getting blessed enough to work with. The
Yes.
sun is setting.
And it's so beautiful over this pond. I absolutely love it out here.
We're in Kansas City, Missouri. Did you tell them that?
No, we're in Raymore, Missouri.
Okay.
But same difference. It's a suburb of Kansas City. If you're not from Kansas City and you've never been to Kansas City, you wouldn't know that. But we know that because we've lived here. Anyway, So we are trying to get this stuff done before it gets incredibly dark out.
Doesn't she? She looks so good for this. My hair is naturally strawberry blonde, but I dyed it dark.
Hey Kevin,
Okay.
I'm just gonna bring these from the circle.
Well, I'm going to try to make this quick. Okay, so Rose Axel was born, and I am all in favor. I will always be all in favor
Okay.
of safety issues. Like we give so much thanks every day to the people that care about children, and basically we're all kind of born, I think, now in my perception, we're all born with the ability to learn at a very young age. You know, it is possible to learn, you know, do not hurt a child, do not let anyone hurt a child. Now, when it comes to being a responsible mother, that's something that happens, you know, instinctively, or society can kind of help, because, you know, on a Pampers commercial, you can kind of figure it out right away. And how many of us have seen a Pampers commercial? I love Pampers, thank you very much. I kind of go with Loves, but baby Rose is a very exciting little girl to me. Every day of the pregnancy, since I found out I was pregnant, and I found out in November, right before Thanksgiving, and I think I found out very, very early. I ended up having an early sonogram, and there was a lot of stress, so much stress that I was kind of experiencing a little bit of an overactive imagination, so therefore my mental health was in question. However, during the pregnancy, prayer was always there. I lived at a church, a really awesome church with an awesome group of people that I've grown really attached to, and that's actually where I met her.
The Belmont Baptist Church in
Yeah.
Kansas City, Missouri at 435 and 24 Highway.
Yeah. So she's one of the incredible people that I got to meet there. My husband lived there also. I would like to send one message right now. No matter what court we're in or ever go to, when it comes to the care and respect of a child, okay, we can kind of really get an idea for what a criminal action is. Criminal activity says that someone has been hurt or violated in a manner of such that another person cannot forgive. They don't forgive, they know it, they recognize it hurts them, and they want justice. Okay, my baby girl had not received any criminal activity, I don't believe, onto her life. And as far as prenatal care, I believe, the only thing I believe in is that our doctors and our hospitals facilitate an act of such to help mothers give birth, because it is a scary experience, and if there's any problems that may arise, we can try to get a little bit of help. But long story short, my personal preference is that while the baby's in the womb, that we respect it as just that, and it's a mysterious act. We're never really going to know it completely. Any science that would ever surface by textbook, by by live streaming, by any of that, is never going to compare to the mystery that is still at work, the gift of God that is still at work inside that woman, and because of the man that she, was with. And so, anyways, the baby was born healthy. The baby still is healthy. I would just like everyone to pray for her, if that's okay if I ask. If you don't pray, that's all right. But I pray that she is at a good weight, and she's maintaining a good weight, that she has a good hunger inside of her. Right now she's in foster care. I want to document, I went to a facility that I voluntarily put myself into for mental health, because we're working on my mental health, even though I have no cases of, and still, even somebody
1314 Herney.
Okay.
Even
Here.
somebody's prior life,
Got
if they're not in,
They got trash in it.
I mean, we're not, yeah, so we're not like, like releasing prisoners and making them go through screenings. Okay, never mind. Well, we're not like trying to hook women up, like, even, okay, our Department of Corrections, it's a rehabilitation. We have to put trust in the fact that they've served society. If we can entrust them, if we can put faith that they go before a judge, we have to put faith that that judge is giving them an amount of time to learn and to rehabilitate. And so even people with prior experiences, no, not prior child abuse. Nobody wants to put any child back into the care of a person who has been brutal or violated a child. It's plain and simple. Now, will that ever change? I don't know, because that's an option that we have. We have the option with today's technology and how much we care about our children, to have access to that information and say, you know what, I really don't trust this person or that person with my child, and I do have rights to see if they have problems. However, However, I would like to suggest strongly that we not focus too much on background checks and things of that nature if it doesn't pertain to the particular case, because there's going to be accidents made. Now, I understand that we have a grand population of grand people that are exceedingly well, and this is all thanks to, in my personal belief, the act of and the teachings of Jesus. Now, I could sit here for another couple of hours and find research and studies to prove my theory, but on a worldwide basis, over all human and mankind, I would strongly like to say, these things look so cool, but only for protection. You know what I mean? Like, the feeling of getting angry and being bad comes from protecting. Like, if I was climbing a mountain and there was like a mountain lion and I had to protect my family, that's all I have inside of me right now. I would like to pray for her because there's a parent aide that is helping with her. She has a guardian ad litem. She has a parent aide. She has foster care parents. She has me. She has a case manager. I guess there's four.
And her dad.
And her dad. And a church family. And what we're doing and a judge. And so far, no detective or criminal charges pressed or anything. And I totally understand looking out for the welfare of a child. I just want to make sure that's exactly what we're doing, because the parent aide has been asked 3 different times on now 3 different occasions, how is her weight? Because I had to get her weight back up to what the hospital wanted it to be before she could leave, which is a whole nother story. But I just pray every day, and I hope you pray for her. Name is Rose Axel. I thought I would name the baby Axl Rose after the Guns N' Roses lead singer, because I favor the song Sweet Child of Mine. And I wanted a boy the whole time. The thing is she turned out to be a girl. And that's beautiful, that's wonderful. So that's why her name is Rose Axel instead of Axl Rose. But I just want to thank Shelly for letting me grab a little spot on here and bring a little awareness to everyone. I know that babies are cute. I know that babies are fun. But there are a lot of times when those Pampers commercials influence that. I want it to be in everyone's heart that's taking care of somebody's child right now, to truly love that child and to know that child loves you, and we love and appreciate you as well. And we are not angry about where our children are placed. We just want the best for the baby just as well
1308 and
as
02?
whatever is going on. I think housing might be an issue. Sometimes money starts to do its own thing.
That's why I'm doing tiny houses
Yeah.
for homeless folks that
wow.
have no where to go. And a lot of these women get stuck in a domestic violence situation and they don't know what to do. So, or they end up incarcerated, or they end up coming out of a mental health care facility with a child whose needs need to be met for safety, for food, for shelter, for clothing, for all of those things. But we have a lot of untreated victims of domestic assault and PTSD. And so we need to raise awareness about mental health issues such as schizoaffective disorder and
also
manic depressive.
And be careful. Make sure that try to influence persons that it's not always about the newest and latest medicine that comes out or is advertised. I think through prayer, I've finally found a medicine that kind of helps with me. However, I found out recently that it's for depression. Psychology is such an interesting thing. It really is. And I think it's one of the texts that will always come out with something to try to help immediately. Now, if we sat down and said that our psychological reference to our society was responding, wow. If you got to interview any psychologist and sat down with them and say, okay, well, what are the texts? What are you studying? What are you being told to do? And they came out with, well, depression. Too much depression is bad. Bipolar, which means sometimes you're happy, sometimes you're not. And sometimes you get really, really happy and you want to do everything for anybody, and then you get really, really sad and you just don't want nothing to do with no one. And both of those effects of bipolar are they're hard to manage a stable life. Well, then we have disability also. Disability would be designed to immediately assist someone
Do you need this again?
with a Social Security
Oh, okay.
income. And Social Security income would mean to secure our social environment so that we could still buy things and be part of that. I really truly don't believe that we're under a true attack from another country. Any war that we're having, right? Any war that would have arose in these days, I kind of think I'd like to focus on the fact that we need to know the responsibilities of our country and just be aware in our hearts and our minds, and with our means to communicate, we can we can just look at each other and respond to each other a little differently. If another question to a psychiatrist might be schizoaffective or paranoid schizophrenia. And paranoid schizophrenia is, if somebody would say, oh my gosh, they're training you to deal with multitudes of people with this and to instantly treat them with the medication and to see if it helps. Okay, I think that's wonderful. However, that is to me, that's a little scary, because that means that there might be environment issues that we would have to face, so people would have to forgive us. That means background checks would have to be a little bit more, maybe, per se, towards places that handle large amounts of cash, or places that work with children or work around, very expensive items, or in a doctor's office and things like that. I'm all for that. Anyways, pray for baby Rose. Here she is. I'll give you back.
Well, I just wanted to kind of raise awareness, because there's a lot of people that have these issues, and they get their kids taken from them when they haven't done anything that was threatening their kid.
You have to remember, some of us are a little rough around the edges. We've experienced some things that are very harsh, and to put a baby that is kind of from a family that lives a little bit differently into the home of another family that operates, kind of different. It might be too calming, but bless my baby if she loves the peace, and the calmness and stuff. And anybody who does, just sometimes I don't mind the what is it, the crow that